Hey, hope y'all having a good day. Thought we'd meet up today again. Hey, another day for the Inn on Saturday. So, I thought about it. I know that we haven't met in about 2 weeks, but you're still close at heart. And we talked about 2 weeks ago that I would discuss current currency. Actually, conscious currency. So I thought we'd get into it today. I hope that's okay with you. Yeah? Good. All right. I'm your girl, Erica, coach and meditation instructor with Rise 360 Coaching and Consulting. And this space and this place is where we get to commune and talk about real stuff. A place in which we get to be present, get to be here, and leave all of that BS behind, and all of those worries about tomorrow, and just be present, right? Present, to be here, to be now. Today's topic, as I mentioned, is on conscious currency. I'll share 3 keys around that. But before I do, let me just turn down this music. All right, so the first key for conscious currency is money is neutral. The second key is money is energy. And the third that I'll talk about today is that money is helpful. All right, so those 3 keys. While there are many around conscious currency, I thought these 3 are relevant for today's mindful discussion. Number 1, money is neutral. Well, when you think about money, what do you think about? Is there a lot of pain around money? Is there a lot of joy around money? What do you recall hearing from your parents around money, or perhaps in your community about money, or maybe in your life right now, your relationship with money? The reality is that we all have a designated relationship with money. Whether we're aware of it or not, we're either attracting more toward us or we're repelling that money from us, from receiving it. So when you think about money is neutral, I want you to absolutely consider this thought. Money is neither good nor bad, yet our relationship with it determines whether it is good or bad to us. Which then begs the question, is it that we need an adjustment in terms of how we relate to money? If you were to think about your greatest love relationship that you've ever had, whether it be with your children or a significant other, or perhaps it's something that you love to do really, really, really well, or that you do really, really, really well, and you can spend countless hours doing it, there's still a relationship around that thing that you are investing your time in. And when you think about the relationships that are going well, ask yourself, why? Why is this relationship more successful than others? Are you giving more than you're taking? Are you more mindful in that relationship versus another? Are you more intentional about how you love, how you care, how you relate to that other person or other thing? When you start to look at what makes relationships really juicy and really good, there's a science behind it. It's not that you go into it with the expectation of whether it's going to be good or bad. It's that you come to the plate with who you know yourself to be and what you're able to give and bring into pour into that relationship. Money is often, the relationship around money is often taught, as I mentioned earlier. If you heard your parents saying that money doesn't grow on trees, or you heard your parents say, well, you know what? Well, you want money? Well, let's start thinking about ways in which you can begin to earn more of it. What talent do you have that you can bring to the table and offer to the world? And then offer a price in return for your services. That's a different exchange and understanding around money. That's actually a really empowering way to look at this thing called money. What are your feelings around money? Start to tap into what that is. If you receive a bill in the mail, how does that make you feel? Have you thought about it? As we start to become more aware around our relationship with money and more aware about how we feel about it, then we'll begin to pinpoint the very thing that we can change about it. Which leads me to key number 2, that money is energy. It's energy. And there goes that thing about feeling again. Feeling is energy. Again, relating back to a relationship. If you're dating someone and you're getting a really funny vibe, you're not really going to want to be around that person, are you? I don't think you will. Or perhaps you might ask some deeper questions around, why isn't this relationship going well? So as you begin to understand that there is this frequency, this flow, this energetic vibe about money, then you can match your actions toward the very thing that you are needing in your life to be able to create that magnetic match. The more that we appreciate what we already have, it expands our ability to receive even more of what we are needing. So, again, as we understand this appreciation aspect around money, it expands more of it toward us. Make sense? Also, understand that we have to respect the money that's given to us. Remember, money is neutral. We are the skillful one receiving this tool called money, in which it requires that we step up to the plate. It requires that we respect the very thing that's given to us. Again, if we're in a relationship and we are not respecting the other person, I can tell you with all certainty that that person will not stick around. Nor will you if you feel that you're not being respected and appreciated in a relationship. So what does respect look like around money? It means that you don't squander it. It means that you're really intentional about how you use it and who you use it with. It means that you create margin, time, if you will, for managing your money really well. And it also establishes this understanding within yourself that you are responsible for what it is that you have been given. And therefore, when you tie in that appreciation, you tie in that responsibility, and you tie in that respect around this tool called money, all of a sudden, money starts to grow and expand and multiply. And money finds you. You don't even need to find it. It's knocking at your door because you understand how to create an environment in which it is wanted, needed, and where it can grow. Which leads me to the third key, that money is helpful. Money is absolutely helpful. You know, many times I've heard people say that the root of all evil is money. And that's really, I grew up hearing that. I grew up hearing that very thing in my environment, within my home. And when I read the Bible scripture, I realized it's not that money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money, putting money above everything else, putting money above God, putting money above the ones that you love, making money be your God, essentially, is the root of all evil. Now, if you put money in its proper place, understand that money is neutral, understand that money is energy, which are the two keys that I just mentioned earlier, and now understanding that money is helpful, then you understand that it's used as a tool to serve you in your life. And as you start to play with this thing called money, yes, we're respecting it, yes, we're responsible for it, and yes, there ought to be a bit of play around money too. And what do I mean about that? Well, generally when we're receiving the most amount of money, whether, and I'm not talking about inheritance, I'm talking about earned financial wins, our job tends to be the number one place in which we receive the most money every week or every other week or every month. What if you were to tie in joy around that, joy around the receiving of your money? What if you were to tie in the understanding that there should be a celebration when you receive it? On maybe about a month ago, I talked about celebrating your wins. I think it's really important that we establish this conscious understanding that when we receive something, that there ought to be a moment in which we celebrate that receiving of it. And when we have this relationship and this understanding and this celebratory moment, then our outlook around the very thing that we're receiving becomes more joyful. So going back to the bill that I mentioned, that when we receive a bill in the mail, how does it make us feel? What if we changed the emotion, the stress, the anxiety, the tension around having to pay a bill? Change that into, well, what can I do to create more of what I need so that there's an increased joy when I receive it? We each have these gifts and talents within us. And when we're able to use those gifts and talents, that can earn us more revenue. And in earning more revenue, there's a celebratory moment around the gifts and talents that you have. And there's this celebration around receiving, knowing that what you've given is worthy enough for you to receive compensation for. There's a lot of celebration that should be had around that. So therefore, it changes the way we look at our bills, because now we don't see it as a problem. We see it as potential. We see it as a project in which we just have to offer something into the world in order to receive more of what we're called to do into this world, which is directly related to a compensation for what we offer to the world. So my coach, Lisa Nichols, says that she started asking the question, well, where can I create more of it? And that blew my mind. If I need it, then where can I create more of it? If I need more money, okay, how can I create more of this? What can I give that I have that I can offer into this world to create compensation? It has to be something that you're giving that's needed. So let's start with your gifts and talents, and then see how you can position and market those gifts and talents to receive a compensation for it. And then tie in the energy of celebration around you getting a client, around you receiving compensation. When you increase that energy, increase that flow, increase that joy around the entire process, now money starts knocking at your door, as I mentioned earlier. Today, I did a training with the International Coaching Leadership Institute, which is why I'm starting my session a little bit late today. And it was a powerful discussion. And one of the things that we mentioned is setting an intention for what we want to bring into this day. And my intention was joy and celebration. I think it's so easy for us to be in the doing mode of life that we don't create margin for joy. And it's so important, so necessary, and so needed. So I've made the decision in my life over the past year to celebrate my wins. And those wins are the new clients that I receive. Those wins are around making a difference in their business, in their professional life, in their personal life. And also celebrating when I receive payment for the gift that I have given. All of this is so important. So important. These 3 keys around conscious currency will change the way you see money, will change the way you relate to money, will change the way you receive money, and will change the way you feel about money. The 3 keys, as I discussed, are: number 1, money is neutral. Number 2, money is energy. And number 3, money is absolutely helpful. We need it. We need it to live. We need it to survive in this world. There is nothing wrong about wanting more of it. We just have to understand that our relationship with money is what matters most. How we relate to it, how we feel about it, how we think about it. And also how we use it. How we use it. That's another area that I have become more conscious about. How do I spend money? And who do I spend it with? What companies do I spend my money with? So it's now not just about what I want, but what I'm able to give and who I'm able to help because of it. Most recently, I've been even more conscious around supporting more Black and brown businesses, because I understand that just even based on shared data, that their ability to stay in business oftentimes suffers because they don't have enough support. So how I am now investing my money, because I see it as an investment now, that I'm investing in certain companies and certain businesses that I want to see grow, that I want to see expand, that I want to see do well and stay in business. Oh, when I talk about conscious currency, it's not just about what we receive, but it also is about what we give. And that's why I'm excited to share these weekly sessions, because I get to talk about real stuff with you, things in which we might be thinking about percolating, or perhaps it's something new that sticks a pin in your mind to say, hey, I think I'm going to try that. Hopefully there was something in today's message that did that for you. My intention for each and every session is to make them simple, easy, and effortless. Because when you do see them as simple, easy, and effortless, you'll engage more in the practice of doing them. And the more that you practice doing it, it changes your habit, it changes your behavior, it changes your mind, it changes the way you think and the way you speak about yourself and about others, and it changes your life. Because what you are able to create in your life becomes so much better, so juicy. Let's get ready to lock in and seal in today's mindful session. I'm going to ask that you reposition yourself in your seat, and you can dim the lights if you want to create a quiet, meditative moment. And if you don't want to dim the lights, that's totally fine with me too. Just make sure that where you're sitting, it's really comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the music that I have on. And we can get ready to breathe. We do it anyway, but are we doing it correctly? And we can adjust our breath to energize us or to settle us down, relax us, relax that mental chatter that we have, relax some of the anxiety in our body that we're feeling, or maybe perhaps even release some of the stress. I'll ask that you ensure that your shoulders are rounded out, that your back is straight. Doesn't have to be ramrod straight, because that will be way too uncomfortable. You just want to relax your back, but have it as straight as possible. Okay? And give margin for any pain in your body as well. If you're noticing that you're having pain in your leg, your back, your shoulder, you want to adjust your posture in a way that feels comfortable and doesn't create any strain on your body. So let's begin. We're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And we'll hold our breath for 4 seconds. I will do the time count so that you can just continue breathing. So let's breathe in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And hold the breath on 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's breathe in again through the nose. And out through the mouth. And hold the breath on 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's breathe again in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in and breathing out. And hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's release the breath. And this time, keeping our eyes closed and internally scanning our body from head to toe. Just noticing any subtle shifts that are happening. And being aware without any judgment. We'll now breathe in again with our eyes closed. And breathing out. And hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. Breathing out. And hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. And letting it all go. And holding the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's release the breath. Return to the natural inflow and outflow of our breathing. This time we'll go even deeper into our meditation. I'll ask you the soul questions designed to help you clarify who you are, what you want, what you're grateful for, and what your purpose is. The first soul question is, who am I? At the core of your being, beyond your name, your age, your race, your religion, your gender, and even your religious background. If none of that existed, who are you now? Allow whatever responses to come to you. The next soul question is, what do I really want? There's something that keeps coming up for you that you really want, that you perhaps feel as though you're not quite sure how to obtain it, how to receive it, how to even go about getting it. If you were to pinpoint what that thing is, now's the moment to list it. What do you really want? The third soul question is, what is your purpose? In other words, what are you called to do? Where might you serve in this world? What is your purpose? Allow whatever responses to come to you, whether it be in the form of a sensation, an image, a feeling, or perhaps a thought. However it comes, just be easy like Sunday morning. Allow yourself to gently receive the answer versus trying to search or force yourself to find the answer. The final soul question is, what are you grateful for? What do you already have that you're grateful for? The key to life is appreciation and gratitude. It opens the door to receive more things, more blessings, more what life has to offer. When you appreciate and are grateful for what you already have, now's the time to list everything you're grateful for. Please release all of the questions and answers and return to the natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. Just simply mindfully watching the rise and fall of your chest. With eyes closed, mindfully witnessing your body as you breathe. We'll now go deeper into our meditation. I'll introduce today's mantra, which is grace. Grace. Repeating grace on the inhalation and joy on the exhalation. Grace and joy will be today's mantra. Repeating grace as you breathe in and joy as you breathe out. Please continue meditating. Repeating today's mantra silently, almost as though it's a faint whisper in your mind. If you notice that your attention has drifted to thoughts in your mind, sounds in the environment, or perhaps sensations in the body, please gently bring all of your awareness back to repeating today's mantra. Repeating grace on the inhalation, joy on the exhalation. Repeating grace as you breathe in, joy as you breathe out. Please continue repeating today's mantra simply, easily, and effortlessly. Try not to think of any profound experience to happen by repeating today's mantra, because in doing that, that takes you into the activity of the mind and takes you away from being fully present. Just simply repeat the mantra, grace on the inhalation, joy on the exhalation. Continue repeating today's mantra. I will mind the time and let you know when our meditation is up. Please release today's mantra and return to the natural inflow and outflow of your breathing. Allowing your mind and body to just rest. Resting in existence. Resting in awareness. Resting in being. Existence, awareness, being. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Just rest. I'll now introduce today's intention. Allow today's intention to flow through your entire body. And as I repeat it, you can silently repeat the intention with me. Today's intention is flow. Flow. Allowing your body to be in the open stream, flowing with energy, flowing with everything that you need in this lifetime to create the life that you really want, the life that you're capable of receiving. When you're ready, please place the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Having a moment of reverence right here for today's practice. Bowing in gratitude to your soul. And when you're ready, lifting your head and softly opening your eyes and extending the blessing. Namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Thank you for showing up for today's practice. Thank you for allowing yourself to receive what it is that you came to receive on today's session. The 3 keys that I talked about for our mindful topic is number 1, money is neutral. Number 2, money is energy. And number 3, money is absolutely helpful. Those are the 3 keys centered around our mindful topic, which is conscious currency. What I ask each of you to do is to invite one person to these sessions. Someone that you think can benefit from it. Someone that you think needs it. someone that you think would enjoy this, or someone that would be curious enough to even try it out. They may not know anything about meditation or mindfulness, but they're curious. And we'll take curiosity. And we'll go on a ride with them on our weekly sessions, even if it's just one session. You can find me here each week on Instagram Live. I typically do it at 8:30 in the morning. As I mentioned earlier, today was a little different. I had a coaching, I coached a group of soon-to-be coaches earlier this morning, and so today's session was a little bit later. I am grateful to each of you. Thank you so much for showing up, and I will see you for our next time together. As usual, your purposeful journey begins right here. Hey, and before you leave, I have a YouTube page that I would love for you to follow. It's Rise 360 Coaching. Please like and subscribe and share it on your page and with your friends and family. I would so appreciate that. I'll see you next time.